JJK has become one of people are calling it like part of the big three, like the new big three anime that's
wild.
Part of like the Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia and then JJK. Those are kind of like the three main big ones.
Wild.
What do you think it is about this anime that has just drawn people in and become one of the big three?
I think that it's a lot of it is the characters. It's the world, but it's also the characters. And I think Gege, for as much as we're constantly threatening him, he really created a really wonderful cast of characters that feels real. Like the main trio, the first years, they're all so real, and their interactions. And Yuji as a protagonist is someone who's like trying his hardest, but also just like facing insurmountable odds and failing a little bit and genuinely feeling down and harried by the whole thing. Season 2 was insane, and after Nobara, gets, not 0% killed, that in which he just breaks down and then Toto snaps him out of it, that was like, Adam's performance in that like really had me in tears. Both the original Japanese and Adam's performance really had me in tears. And seeing that too, seeing how real it can get, I think, helped. And then yeah, the world, like where you have these clans, you have anyone who's like within the clan system is absolutely messed up because of it, whether it's the Zenin clan or the Kamo clan or anything. The world being what it is so kind of inherently screwed up and traumatic that seeing people, like, it feels so real even though it's fantasy. Also, I always have to say this, the women in the show are just so good. Episode 17 was an absolutely thrilling, phenomenal one where, like, there were barely any men speaking at all. As much as I have a huge bias towards, the two Maki fights in that episode, I think the internal conflict of the Nobara versus Momo fight being the expectations that the Zenin clan and the sorcerer world in general places on women, and how Nobara and her perception of Maki's experiences, like what she wants and how she perceives Maki versus what Momo wants and how Momo has seen Mai suffer at the hands of her family, like that being the center conflict of the fight and not just the actual literal physical battle that they were doing was really, really interesting.
Well, and I look forward to hearing more from you guys in the new season coming up. There's things coming.
I want those animators to get like the longest vacation on the planet, but at the same time I want season 3 so badly. So it's so complicated because I know season 2 really, like, the crunch on it was so damaging to the teams at MAPPA, and I know that's pretty endemic in the animation industry, much as it is in the gaming industry with crunch culture, in animation in Japan in particular. I think the US is a little bit better about that, but I know Japan, it really wears out its animators really hard, and they tend to peak and break very young as a result. There's this selfish desire that I want more ASAP, but at the same time I'm like, man, we can't do that to them again, and I don't want it to exist at the expense of the artists,